Hey everyone, I am Sunny. Welcome to my YouTube channel. If you are one of those people who hate reading the long README files, and if you feel like it should be more organized in a kind of better documented form or a kind of website, so this course is for you. Okay, and here we will get to learn about a very awesome library that is material for mkdocs, which can actually help you to build these sites by just writing markdown files. That's all. Okay, you just have to write markdown files. It will do a lot of you can say heavy lifting for you at the backend. Okay, everything can be automated here. A documentation will never be as easy as this one. Okay, writing and documentation. And just before the end of the session or at the mid of the session, you will find out that I will even share a public template that I've already created, a GitHub template, which you can directly use it, and it will also be an updated one. Every time you will see that it has going to have some updates, and that update will depend upon totally on the material for mkdocs. Okay, these library, that if that it get updated, if it brings down some new features, so I will keep on updating that template as well, and I will show you in this course itself that okay, how you can use that template. Okay, and at the end or in the comments, you can at least let me know that if you want more detail about these or this particular library, so just let me know. I will definitely try to create a playlist out of it. But I hope at least going through this crash course, you will have a generic idea at least, and you will get started very easily with material for mkdocs, and you can create some awesome documentation for your projects. So let's get started. So here I am at the home page of material for mkdocs. Okay, so let's quickly go to getting started first of all. And here we will do the first installation. Okay, so installation wise, there are three options as you can see using pip, docker, and git. So we will go for the easiest and the recommended method, that is called as your mkdocs material part. Okay, so we will use this to install it. But before that, let's do one more thing. Let's create a repository for this one. Okay, because ultimately it is going to be deployed on the GitHub Docs. Okay, so not GitHub Docs, actually, what I call is GitHub Pages. Okay, so here, let me go to my GitHub repositories. So here is my GitHub repositories. I will write here that what is it all about. So I will write the name as not this one. It's going to be mkdocs or material for mkdocs crash course. Okay, so this is the name that I'm proposing to this. Description also I will write it in the same way. I will create as a public repository, add a readme file, definitely will add it. And then after that, I will add a git ignore file for here also. Like I will choose a Python one. And I think license wise, we can choose it for a general purpose, public license, GNU license, I will choose. Okay, and I think that's all. So we'll create the repository. Okay, and after this, what I will do is even I will clone this. Okay, so we will clone this repository, and I have it here. So we have this. I have this folder open. Okay, so you can do it anywhere you want. I will just open and right click the git bash. Okay, or even if you want, you can use command prompt. You should have git installed for this. Then I will write here git clone and then this. Okay, so once I do it, it will clone that repository here to the local. Now I will move over to materials for mkdocs here, and you can see these are the things which are available. So first thing that I will do is um, I will do what, like I will create some requirements.txt file, okay, where I will keep the things that I need. So right now, even if you don't want to do it, so it's totally fine, because we at this moment, since we are only creating the documentations, so we don't need exactly that requirements file, okay, because we are going to install only one package. Okay, but still, since it's a good practice, so I will create it. So touch requirements.txt. Okay, and or instead of using this, we can do one more thing. We can write, as you can see here, so we just need the name here, that is mkdocs materials. Okay, so I will just copy this and I will paste this as a, or I will echo this actually into requirements.txt. Okay, so it will not only do this, it will also create a file as well, requirement.txt. And also do one thing, let's open this into a VS Code. Okay, so here we are. Definitely I trust the author, because I trust myself. And here in the requirements, you can see mkdocs material is written. Okay, that is E code. Now, next thing is what we are going to do is we will create an environment. Okay, so we can create environment for multiple ways. One is like using Conda only, and or other thing is that since we are going to do several steps, so what I will do is I will go for a new file. I will create a bash script here. Okay, so init and then setup.sh, and here I will mention the let's say I will do certain steps of bash scripting. It's nothing but it's a sequential steps that I'm going to perform. So first step is like I will create one environment. So conda create, okay, hyphen hyphen prefix, and prefix, I will create an environment folder. Python version I will specify as 3.8, and then hyphen y means that I want to accept the changes. Once it is done, so I will I will activate the environment. So I can use here, I will use source activate, okay, and environment. Now once the environment is done, so we will now do what, we will install the requirements. So pip install hyphen r requirements dot txt, okay, that's all. Once it is done, so it will do all these steps. That means create environment, activate environment, and install the requirements. Okay, that's all. So if I save it, now I will go to the new terminal. I will simply write here bash and then init setup. Once I do it, it will do these steps step by step. Okay, it will create the environment. So you can see it has started created environment, and this env folder is getting created. Okay, once it is done, it will activate the environment and it will install the requirements.txt. So that is the benefit of using this, because all the commands can be can be executed sequentially. Okay, so let's wait for this, and it's about to finish. And it will depend upon your internet connection also. That means how much time it takes, because it is going to install these packages. Okay, so right now we have only one, so it's still executing the transaction. Okay, until the time that it is getting created, so what we can do is we can simply commit these changes. Okay, so that means that setup and requirements changes, we can commit them together. That initial setup done. Okay, and I will comment this. So you can see now in the bottom also, you can, it has started downloading and it is now installing the requirements. I will sync the changes also, and it's now it is about to finish, so I can close it. Now let's jump to our documentation here. So once you're done with this is the installation steps. Then you can go for creating your site. Okay. So in creating your site, that what you have to do is like you can see here, this is the command that you can write here mkdocs new dot. That means in current working directory, install or like bring out the like basic boiler template of to starting off with this material for mkdocs. Okay, so I will do this in my terminal. Okay, here also like you can see it is done. So we can now activate the environment. So conda activate environment, okay, env folder. And once it is done, so you can see here it is having all these details. And also we can check that okay, whether we have installed mkdocs material or not. So it will see here, it is actually showing you these mkdocs materials are now installed. Okay, so now we can run that command, same mkdocs new dot, and you can see it is here. See the changes on the left hand side. So you will see here that one docs folder is getting created, and there is mkdocs YAML is created. So these are the two important this important files, that is mkdocs YAML and this index.yaml. So if I just see here, so it is actually giving me the site name as my docs, and in index.md you will see the site is, these are the things that is already present. Now let's see how we can run this. Okay, you will see that okay, I have just written a document file, right? That's markdown files here, or it is actually when we run this file, that is mkdocs now new dot. When we run this command, so these things are getting created for you as a boilerplate. Okay, now let's do one thing, let's run it. Okay, so for that we can just check the terminal, this documentation, just let's here. So you can see here in this example, if I run mkdocs serve, okay, if I run mkdocs serve, let's see what happens. So I see here it is building documentation, cleaning site directory, and it is serving on this. Now let's click on this one. So you can see it has created the basic, very basic things. Okay, I think you may have seen this kind of documentation in some of the older documentation, and it doesn't look like anywhere of the materials for mkdocs, that how the site looks. It's very simple, right? You can click on all these, these are the things very basic. It is documentation which is built with mkdocs. Now let's do one thing. In the, if you can check the site here, so what it says that you can write theme as name as material. Okay, so what we can do, go to your this that is site name, and like this mkdocs YAML, just paste that theme and save it. So you will see it is again build the documentation and it will reload it. So let's go to your this. Okay, go to this. You can see it has updated. It's just like the way you see mkdocs materials documentation. So right now it is having a dark like theme. If I click on the top, so it will be a white theme. So it's almost exactly same, right? So you can see. Now if you want to build your site, so you can run this mkdocs build. It will run the, it can simply build this site. Okay, now I don't want to build it locally, so there is another method which you will see in publishing your site terminal. Okay, so let's open this. So it gives you one of the interesting things here, that it gives you a GitHub Actions. Okay, so if I simply copy this and if I create my GitHub Action files here, so what I will do is I will create GitHub Action files for us. So I will write here, not in this, I will write here that it goes into .github, okay, forward slash workflows forward slash, and let's call this as build.yaml. Okay, and if I paste that thing here, this jobs and everything, so it says name and ci on push, that's the name of the YAML. Okay, so if I just write here, I think there's some issue here, let me just check once. So here one thing that you will find out that it has to be of name ci.yaml only. Okay, yml. So if I use this, so it's will, that's what it is expecting, that okay, name and the ci should match here. So otherwise it will throw an error. So you can see here what is this ci, this GitHub action file says, that it actually gives you that okay, your name of this is ci first of all. Then when this will trigger only whenever you will push into the branches master and main. So right now we only have master main branch, so we can skip this. Okay, we don't need the master branch as of now. And jobs wise you will see here, so you can, it will deploy a ubuntu machine here, okay, virtual machine, where what we will do is we will set up a version 2 python, and then the version of this python will be 3.x. okay, any 3.x version it can pick. So since we are using 3.0, so we can specify 3.8, and then it will install, simply pick install, it will run these commands, and then it will just github pages deploy, and forcefully it will deploy. Okay, so let's do one thing. Let's see the commit and let's see if it is able to do the job or not automatically for you. Okay, so let's do one thing. Here we will see that we will update this as a init docs. Okay, and this will be updated as GitHub Actions added. And this is one time job. Okay, once you add it, so you can forget this one. Okay, no need to do it again and again. And if I sync the changes, let's see to the documentation here. When we go to the our material for documentation here, so if I click on this actions file, you will see ci is there, right? And it is started running it. So we can click on this deploy part, you can see it has started running this. Okay, it will take some time, and once it is done, so you will see here, okay, it is installing mkdocs, and it will even give you the like link as well. You can see it at the bottom when it will run mkdocs gs deploy. It will even give you the link as well. So you can see your documentation should shortly will be available. See here what it is written, your documentation is available at shortly at this link. Okay, so we can do one thing here, we can click it here, and right now it will say 404 error. So if I click on again refresh, so it's not showing, right? So it says that it should have index.html file, but let's go to here on our documentation of this repository. So you will see that it is not having any index file, right? Index.html is not at all present. But you will see there is two branches available, right? GH pages is one of the branches. Okay, so if I just check here, so it has index.html, right? So what we can do is, if you go to here in your settings, now in settings you will find out something called as pages on the left hand side. In code and automation you will find out pages. Click on the pages part, and here you will see that it is asking that okay, what is the source? So commit to the GH pages and then publish your GitHub pages here. So we need to select the source as gh pages. We did not select at all anything, right? So if I click on save, so here let me refresh it one more time. Let's see. Okay, yeah. So you can see that same site is now available here also. Okay, by the same name. So if I copy this again, and site is zoom out also. So you can see that it is in the same structure. It is there. Commands if I click. So and projects, that means it is targeting to this part. Okay, this is the table of content for this particular page. Okay, and if I click on mkdocs materials, and this is the home also, so everything is working fine. If I want to search something, let's say if I want to search for mkdocs, so it will even do the search option. So you can see that is so many things are already available for you by just updating one markdown. So let's see, let's do one thing. um, let's first of all, one more thing we can do is we can copy this url, and we can mention it here on our pages itself, that okay. So here you will see, if you click on this on just about, there is a cog sign here. Okay, if you click on this one, so it gives you a website. So I can paste here in website here that this link, and I will click on save changes. Okay, so if I do this, you will see there's a link is available now, so we can always can check whether our documentation is available or not. Okay, and if you want to verify it one more time, so you can just copy this link and you can open incognito browser and you can paste it there, and you will see that it is available. Okay, so these are the things that you have to do once you publish your Cs. Once you do the first time, if you just publish it using this workflows, okay, GitHub workflows, you will see that it will create two branches, and you need to go into settings. In settings, you need to just go to your pages. In pages, you need to say that okay, what is your source? Okay, so it will just click on that, it will check for this GitHub pages, and we will be in the root of it. Okay, because we cannot go into docs, because root should contain index.html. Okay, so this is the basic of like how you can publish it. Now let's try to modify a few more things here. Okay, let's go back again. Let's see whether it is able to do it or not. Okay, I will keep this also running for the local part so we can see the changes, and even this index.md as well. Okay, so here let's say if you want to add one more page. Okay, just for like simplicity, and let's call this as a page one. If I call it as a page one here, let's call this as an index. Okay, index page. You can see it is also updating right simultaneously, right? And let's do one more thing in the documentation only. I will add one more page. Let's do one thing, and let's copy paste it this one only. Okay, copy, and then we will paste it in the documentation itself. So it will create a copy of the page. Okay, now I will just rename this as page 2. Let's call this as page 2. Okay, and I will update these few things. We can change it here, that I will write something here that okay, this is page 2. Okay, just I'm writing something, and save it, and let's see the documentation here on. Let's try to go here to this particular link, localhost link, and you can see at the bottom page 2 is added. Okay, just see how quickly it is done. Okay, even you have got the like next and bottom button also, like you can see here. Okay, I think let me show you one more thing that is going to be very interesting. So if I like, let me do one thing. Let's say if I go for an inspect here. Okay, inspect element, and you can see here that if I change the width of it, it will even work for your mobile application as well. So let's say if I go for this mobile, so you can see here, this is how it will be arranged. See here how beautifully it is getting arranged, right? And if I make it to the mobile M, then mobile large. Okay, and if I try to increase it, okay, let's click on these devices. Okay, and if I go for the other devices, let's say go for the laptop version, so laptop version will look like this. Okay, so we can even check for mobile as well. So you can see that is how greatly it is organized, right? With the minimum effort, it is actually you'll be able to do. You will be able to publish your documentation with the minimum effort. Okay, and there are so many customization is also available. So let's go back to again to the actual pages. Okay, so in a similar way, we can design more complex sites, okay, or more better documentation. Let's say, like right now, you can see these examples. Now, let's say if you want to add maybe Python code in between. Okay, so let me show you that as well. So here, let's say if I want to add some Python code. Okay, let's say if I say want to have uh, Python. I will write Python here, and I will write, say, a print statement. And this is like if I'm just giving a time. Let's say if time is, let's say if it is less than, um, if it is less than, let's say 12, obviously, so 1200 hours. So I will write. I will just print this. Else I will print this. I'm just giving this example, okay, and that's it. And now if I save it, so you will see here that if I go back again to the documentation part, so let's refresh this. And if I click here, so you will see that is this is Python code, right? This is fine, but you can see that it is not highlighted. Okay, it doesn't looks that great. Although you get some copy buttons and everything, but it is doesn't looks that great, right? So what we can do is we can add something more into it so that it will look more beautiful. And this site also that you see, it is also it's very plain site. Okay, it's not having so much of functionality, and very basic functionality that you will get is with this. Okay, with this minimal setup that I have just shown. So what I will do is let's do one thing, and let's go to my GitHub repository. Okay, actually I have created a document template for all of you. It's a public template which anyone can use. Okay, and just to check it, let's say if I open this on like Git on a incognito mode, so you will see that it is like you can definitely use this as a template, right? You just have to sign in, and you will get this button as like use this template. Okay, or what you can do is you can even fork this as well. But what I do is like if you are using this directly as a template, so the best thing that you will get is like you will get an updated content most of the time. Okay. What I do is like I keep on updating these like mkdocs YAML file, because even the like material for mkdocs they always get a they always keep on getting some updates. Okay, so I based on that and the requirements I keep on updating this as well, so you will always get an updated one. And so let's do one thing. Let's clone the like let's use this as a template. Okay, I will click on this and I will create a repository here. So I will give this name as a I will give this as name as a same name. Okay, let me go back again to my GitHub repositories, and I will go pick up this material for mkdocs. Okay, and I will copy the same name, but I will at the end I will just write updated. I will keep both the links, okay, and in the description so that you will not have any confusion. And I will call this as updated version of material for mkdocs course, and I will keep it public, and also I will include all the branches. And just make sure that you take this include all the branches, and here I will click on create repositories for this template. Okay, from this template, so it will start creating it, and I will show you that okay I why I have taken all the branches. Okay, once it's get complete, so you can see that it is actually having all the GitHub pages, GH pages branches also there, which we normally publish it. And if I go to settings as well, so you will see in the pages section it is automatically deselected to GH pages, so you don't have to do any settings here. Okay, you just have to use this template, docs template. Okay, now let's do one thing. So it is done here. We can clone this and let's see okay what changes we have done. Okay, cd to material for mkdocs updated course, and let's open this also in the VS Code. Okay, so what I will do is now you can see here things which are changed. First of all, if I go to init.setup, so what I did is like I have added here, I have added some echo statement. That means it's just like a print statements. And also you will find out the version update is also there. Okay, that means I'm using here like some things are updated. Like you can see here, I have added some sort of print statements, and here I have taken one variable, version variable. So, okay, which I will, let's say if I want to go for 3.9, so I just have to change it here 3.9. It will automatically pick up that version here, and it will create an environment. Okay, so the rest of the things are almost same. And if you check the requirements, so it is already having mkdocs material, so it will pick up the updated material whenever you will start. And again, if I click on this mkdocs YAML, so you will see there are so many things are here. Okay, so I will tell you like in a brief about this one. And in the documentations, you will see that there is image file is there, and there are some JavaScript files are also there, and there is index.md which is also there. It is the same that you don't normally create. Okay, when you will write mkdocs new and dot, so it gets created automatically, but it will not have all these things which you can see here. Okay, so I will tell you about these one by one. Okay, what are the effects that you will get? I will also show you. So first of all, let's again quickly create the term, go to terminal and run this bash script so that it can create, can simply create this. So here we can write as bash and then init setup.sh. So it will start creating this new environment, and it will even install this. It will install this requirement as well, right? That is your mkdocs material. So until then, this is getting done. So let's do one thing. Let's create one more page here, and just like the one which we have done, okay, which we have used it before. So I will just copy paste from there, page two. Okay, I will just copy this one, and I will create again here one more file like this in the documentations. So add one more file. Let's call this as page number two, page2.md. Okay, and here I will paste this same thing. Python. Now let's see, okay, whether it highlights it or not. First, we'll check that as well. And once it is done, and then we will show you. I will tell you that, okay, what is this mkdocs.yaml file does. Okay, so it's about to get finished, and it is activating the environment. Okay, it's installing the requirements as well. So here it's done. Okay, as you can see, it's already completed. So we can activate the environment and we can get started. So conda activate environment, and that's all. Okay, once you are done here, so you can just write mkdocs serve. It will start serving this site. Okay, now let's go to this. So you can see now it is slightly different, right? It's because of the that extra things that I've written. Okay, so that is why it is it shows slightly different. And at the bottom you can see it's having my name as well as made with material for mkdocs. This document is also there, and if I you can see there is also a like it can also go for a dark theme on the top. Okay, it also has a URL right side. You can see extreme URL. It's underscore repo name you need to specify here. Okay, and this repo names or site name is also coming. If I go to the like home page, so here you will see I'm not able to go to the next page. Okay, because it's not able to find it out. Okay, so let me show you that, okay, how it can be done. And if you just look here, so if you look to the right side here, so you can see there are some buttons as well, which are nothing but my GitHub repository, my Twitter, LinkedIn, and Instagram. Everything is mentioned here. Okay, so this is also, these buttons are also coming. So let's see, okay, how it comes. Okay, and for that I will just again go back to my VS code here, and yeah, so let me open this up first of all. And also one more thing that you will see here, first thing, let's go to the top. So I will show you that, okay, what are the things that changes the name here. Okay, so let me keep it side by side. Okay, so that will actually create a good interest. Okay, and I will start. Okay, so side by side, if I keep here, and I will move to myself to the right. So let's see what changes you will find out here. Okay, so first thing is that if I change the repository name, so it's, let's make it to the name of your repository, so which is nothing but it's updated repository. So I will copy this, I will change the name here, and once I press save, just see the name changes. Okay, the name is changed, material for mkdocs. So that means this name is for the heading title of this like this site. Okay, then you can see that here we have the navigation, right? This navigation actually, this actually tells you that, okay, what will be the first page, second page, so you can deal it here. So let's say I want to here say that, okay, page number 2, and I want to specify it as that this page hyphen 2.md. So I have to just give this path. That's all. If I do this, so let me make it full screen here. So you will see now we have appeared page 2 on the top. If I go there, so you can see it is appearing, and it is also, you can see that it is also becoming colorful. And see, let me show you that, okay, why it became colorful, how it is able to identify that, okay, or able to like highlight the text. And we can see even the black, okay, in the dark, even the dark method. Okay, if you want to see the dark view of the site, so you can do that. Okay, switch this very easily. Again, let's go back to the same setup. Okay, so we have, in this way we can add any navigation page you want. So whatever navigation or pad md markdown file that you want to add, so you can, in this way you can simply add, you know, new pages again. Now site author, I have given here name, so same name is appearing at the bottom. Okay, same name, site author. Now description of the site, if you want to give it, so you can give that as well, it's up to you. Repository name, you have to change it here. Okay, so repository name, that will appear on the extreme right corner. So I will again change this repository name. I will just copy paste this. I will change this name here. Okay, and also in the repository name link also I will update. Okay, same thing. You can just go to this page and you will see that, okay, it is being updated. So if I just check here, so you can see if I click on this link, so it will go to my GitHub repository. Okay, And if I go back again, so it will be here. Now here you can see configuration part. Here this is the important part. So you will see that material, that is what we have done already. Now you can see that features that I've added. I've added navigation. I want to see tabs. I want to see the sections. Like theory of like this is nothing but it's the table of content integration. Okay, navigation should be at the top. So that is why you will see when you I will scroll up, so you can see it is at the top. Okay, so because of that also you will see some changes. Now, after that, you will see the language is English. I have specified here. Palette wise, you can see scheme. I am using the default scheme, and I am using this icons. So already defined icons which are available. That is for the toggle switch off outline. So that is the out this toggle button is coming from here. So switch to dark mode. That is the name of it. And then from primary color here you can change it. Okay, so let's say if I made it to, maybe we can change this color to green. Okay, so you will see it has turned into green, right? So that's how you can operate. So I will keep it to the teal, that is the original one. Okay, and then accent, you want to change. Accent means that if there is any link. Okay, so let me go back to my home page. If I You can see if I hover, so you can, that color is also gets changed, right? So that is also coming from this accent. Then the scheme slate scheme is your dark scheme. So in the dark accent, if I go to dark, so you can see that is now turning into green. So at that point, what would be the changes? These are the two schemes that you define. That is, one of is the default one, other one is the slate scheme, which you are defined here. Next is here, if I go to extra part, that means extra means that is in that extra session you can add here social icons. So you can see this is, I'm picking up these from Font Awesome. Okay, I'm using GitHub, and for all these icons that you can see at the bottom also. Okay, so these icons are actually coming from Font Awesome, and the link, respective link to which they advertise. Let's say if I go to my Twitter. Okay, so if I go here, so if I click on right click, and so, or even if I click on it, so I will go to my this Twitter as well. Okay, so similarly, if I now there you will find out this extra JavaScript. So extra JavaScript, this is actually, this is the file which I've added into JavaScript's math.js. Okay, this file is actually responsible for, let's say if you want to add something, let's say some mathematical equation. Okay, so for that, what you can do, go, let me go back here, and okay, in this one only, let's say in the page number 2, I want to add some maths. Okay, math demo or some math equations. So I want to, let's say, so I will use dollar signs. So $2 and $2 in between. In that, I will write here. So let's say I want to write f of x is equals to, uh, let's say, x square plus 4. If I want to write this equation, if I just save it, and again I will go to page number 2 here. So let's go to page number 2. So you will see this expression. So it's complete mathematical expression is coming here, and very beautifully it is written. So it's actually, it is able to find out that okay, it's a math expression, and I want to show it in the latex format. Okay, so I will write the latex syntax here, and it will appear as a mathematical equation. So that is also available. Okay, which is coming from this these extra JavaScript, and apart from that, you will find out here this I have to add as an extension, that okay, this is an arithmetic extension generic equals to true. So if I do this, so I will be able to write my like this syntaxes. Now I was telling you, right, that how that code is got highlighted is because of this line. Okay, this by my down extension that I'm using for that. So it's because of that. Then there are some other in it, like this. You can find out all these details into the documentation if you want. Okay, otherwise just let me know that if you want to have more details on this, so I will show you those demos. And then one more thing here is, after this extension there is plugins. So I have written plugins as search. So it is able to search option is also available. So let's say if I search for maybe math, so you can see it's able to fetch those details. If I click on this one, it will directly jump to that specific location. So that's very good thing. Then at the end I have added copyright. So this is the extension at this end. You can see it is coming from there, and I have given GitHub link as an anchor tag to that, so that I can, if I want to click on this link, so I will go to my GitHub repository. So that is also added at the end. So you guys can change this to yours, like your repository and everything. All the customization that you want to do, you can do it here. Okay, in this one. Okay, try to update this as per your need. Okay, so I hope you have got the general idea. Okay, what is mkdocs material and what are the possibilities that we can do with it, and let me know if you need more, like better, you can say more in-depth tutorial on this one. So I will try to create a playlist on this one. And also if you like this one, so definitely share it. and it will be very helpful for many people that who want to show this their project in a very beautiful manner. Okay, so it will be very good for them, so definitely share it and keep on learning and keep on exploring. Thank you for watching.